Okay, let's get started with tools that we will need in this course. Now, if this is part 8 of this course and I've made this same video every time, the tools have not changed. So if you've seen me do this, skip to the next video. Basically, here's the short and long of it. We're going to use this program called MuseScore. I'm going to use this program called MuseScore. That's what we're looking at here. You don't have to use this program at all. This is a program that lets me put in notes and change them, play them back. It's basically a text editor like Microsoft Word, but for music notes. You can use whatever you want. I've gotten a lot of questions about people wanting to use other programs, and that's just fine. This isn't a class really on how to use MuseScore. So we're not going to go into the details of how this program works, although it's fairly easy to learn. There are a lot of other programs out there like Finale, Sibelius. There's a new one called Dorico, which has a lot of good potential. And a lot of people have asked me if they can use Notion. I think that's a iPad only thing. And totally, yeah, totally. Just use something that lets you put in notes and then hear what you put in. That's all. And you don't even need to do that if you just want to follow along and learn how to do this stuff. You don't have to. But I'm going to be using this program called MuseScore. It's a free program. You can get it from musescore.org if you're interested in doing it. The other tool we're going to need is some good old-fashioned paper and pencil, but not just any paper. We want to use staff paper. That is the paper that has this, the 5 lines on it. This is called the staff, which you probably know by now if you're in part 8. So in the next little segment, I'll give you a piece of staff paper. And let me just say that a lot of you know that I recently took this trip to the Arctic, and I was on a ship for 2 weeks. And what I did on that ship for 2 weeks is I brought some really nice new pad of staff paper and a couple brand new pencils. And I sat on the ship when I wasn't like hiking around glaciers and things. I sat on the ship and I wrote music, and I wrote a ton of music. I was so productive. It was great. But all I had was pencil and paper. No computer, no nothing. It was awesome. It felt so good to be doing that. Again, just away from all technology. And it's funny because I'm a super technology nerd. That's what I do, I make online classes. But there's something about just writing with pencil and paper that's really liberating. You don't have to do that, but if you're going to jot down notes for this class, if you're going to be listening to what I'm saying and then maybe you want to write a couple things down, it's really handy to do it on staff paper because it's just easier. Because you might want to write down something about a chord, notate that chord. Okay, so those are the tools that you're going to need for this class. I'm going to give you a piece of staff paper in the next segment. Download that, print off 5 or 6 copies, and keep it by your computer or your phone or your device or whatever you're watching this on so that you can take notes. That's it for tools. Okay, let's go on.